All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world and wherever you are joining us from today. You're highly welcome to Expose News TV, your one and only YouTube channel, updated YouTube channel that gives you quality news and quality information on every activities happening in Biafran territory. We're still on the issue of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. Let me tell you the truth. We'll keep on talking about the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, both in his present and in his absent. We'll keep on talking about him because he is a man to be talked about in every ramification. He is a man, we should continue to be grateful for all he has helped Biafrans to gain. Let me tell you, so many people, over 50 million Biafrans are hopeful today because of someone like Simon Ekpa Njoko. He made sure he laid himself, in order to get the needful for Biafrans. And forget about what people are saying about him. Forget about what these people are talking. The reality is that they cannot do anything to the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. I've said this thing, and if you finish watching this video, if you finish watching this particular video, an apt analysis, put yourself in a neutral ground. You're not a supporter of let's say you're not a supporter of Biafra, you're not a supporter of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and weigh the two. Just weigh the possibility of Simon Ekpa being extradited back to Nigeria. You will see that it is impossible. By law, it is impossible. With common sense, it is impossible also. It's as simple as that. I will keep on saying this. The only reason why Simon Ekpa is still being held currently is because of the fact that these people are trying to interrogate and find out the reality about what he is actually doing. Fighting for freedom is never a crime. Deciding not to be a part of a country, it is never a crime. And Finland understand this to the core. They understand it fully. So for people that keep on talking about extraditing, are you going to extradite a man who has actually denounced his citizenship in Nigeria? Or Biafra hasn't come yet, so there is no way he will be extradited back. He is a full-fledged Biafran by birth, and he's a Finnish is a Finnish citizen by citizenship. So where are you extraditing him to? They will follow the rule of law, and when they look and ascertain everything in all sincerity, I see the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa even coming back before that December 2nd declaration. He will be part of that declaration. Let's assume the whole thing takes longer. The Prime Minister Simon Ekpa will tender so many evidences against the Nigerian government to the European Union, and it will be a total, it will be a total problem for Nigeria. No wonder they are finding a way. They're already saying. I was watching TVC today. I'll share Arise TV or TVC. How can someone who claims he is educated come out on national television to say that the Prime Minister should be shot? That he has caused the pain of so many people in Biafra. I just looked at him and I laughed. Like, you think your lawless country that abducts people, that kidnaps people, is like Finland. Finland is like your lawless country. No. There are ways. These people believe in laws, and that is why they do their things. The only reason why Finland is even looking at interrogating the Prime Minister up to now is because of the pressure that they've been getting from other countries. Nigeria is a lawless country. Nigeria will continue to be a terrorist country. And that is just the reality. So let us go into the full analysis of the whole thing for those of you who still don't understand what is happening, and for those of you who keep on allowing these people to feed you with all kind of lies, informations, fake information about, the predicament of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Please listen and share for your own good. We also continue to solicit for your support, and also, solicit for encouragement. So encourage us, by sending us super chat and super sticker.
Based on what the law says, not based on the feeling of the individual who happens to be a judge. No, not by emotions. The court will decide the fate of the PM based on what the law says. So it is not in the hands of the police that has arrested him to decide what to do with him. No. So I want the zoo and the idiots who have been jumping up and down on social media, writing, talking nonsense on Twitter, to understand that it is not in the hands of the police. Neither is it in the hands of the zoo to decide what happens to the PM. It's in the hands of the law, not even in the hands of the judge. It is in the hands of the law. The law will be interpreted by the judge. Right? So, for that law, which is going to be interpreted by judge, I'm going to play you a video. After playing you the video, then we'll come back here. We are going to come back here. So I want you to pay very good attention and follow me. Right? Just follow me and you will understand everything. We are coming back here. But because we are talking about this law now, which the judge will interpret to decide the fate of our PM. I'm talking about the law now. The law in Finland. Now look at the man who carries the law on top of his head in Finland. This is the man that carries the law on top of his head in Finland. Who knows what the law says? He does not just know what the law says. Who swore an oath to defend the law in Finland, to defend the constitution of Finland, to defend the law of Finland. That is the man you are watching on your screen. He is the current and incumbent president of Finland. Now, let us hear from him.
Finland's winter war lasted one. Lasted 105 days. Your war has lasted 10 times longer. We understand what you're going through. We will support you for as long as it takes. We support you because it is morally right. We support you because you're fighting for your independence. But we also support you because you're fighting for Europe's security. The fight in Ukraine is our fight. Slava Ukraini. Finland's winter war lasted 105 days. Your war has lasted 10 times longer. We understand what you're going through. We will support you for as long as it takes. We support you because it is morally right. We support you because you're fighting for your independence.
Did you hear him? Somebody said, Biafra unite, you are tired, I should go and sleep and continue tomorrow. Like, seriously? Like, seriously? Ndị mmadụ. O ike ọbụna onye a na-emelụ m ebere. O ike ọbụna ọ na-emetelụ m ebere. And you want me to go and sleep? This is the time that you need to hear this voice you are hearing now. This is the time. Even you supposed to hear me talking, speaking like this since 2 days ago. The time I came live 2 days ago, I would have been speaking like this. But I said, no, let me wait in order to get the correct information that I want to give you out there. You understand? Like as I said from beginning, I don't know, maybe you just joined right now. My satellite was on Finland, while my ears was on the Biafran government. It has been like that for the past 42 hours to 74 hours now. It has been like that. So, let me tell you, he said, this very man said, the Finnish president, look at, let's listen to him.
You're fighting for your independence. But we support you because you're fighting for your independence.
Did you hear him? And this is today, not the old one. There's one he said previously, which I used for my, pre-recorded broadcast. This one is for today. So he said, we support you because you are fighting for your independence. Today, this is the man. I don't want to talk about his personal relationship with Mazi Ekpa, the prime minister. I don't want to talk about it. I am telling you, based on law, that the Finnish foreign affairs minister said to Nigerian government that this is a case of law. This matter is a matter of law, not by diplomatic, a relationship. No. So when it is something to do with law, the Finnish government or Finnish law is backing the prime minister 100%. Remember, he is just being remanded. But I'll tell you something about that. Just pay attention. I'll tell you something that you need to know this evening. So let's continue.
But we also support you because you're fighting for Europe's security.
But we also, first of all, he said, we support you because you are fighting for your independence. My brothers and sisters, is there any other thing Biafrans are doing? If not fighting for our independence? This video that just came out today is another, blockbuster. He said, we support you because you are fighting for your independence. He did not stop there. He also said, again, we support you because you are fighting for your security. We are fighting for your security. Not only because you are fighting for independence. Do you know what he means by you're fighting for your security? You are fighting against extermination. Do you know the meaning of security? You are fighting what we called a war or battle of survival. A war or battle of survival. That is your security. That is your security. A battle for survival. Right? So, this man, the Finnish president, who swore to defend the law of Finland, has told us that, look, we are in support of what you are doing, provided that you are fighting for your independence and your security. I want you to remember that as we go back to the publication. I want you to remember that. And remember, the man who spoke is Alexander Stubb, the Finnish president. Now, let us go back again to the publication, which is where we were. You can see it on your screen. I am doing this because the internet has been on fire for the past 24 hours. right? My phone is already full. Everybody's calling. Everybody's calling, sending messages, voice notes. What is going on? What is going on with our PM? Pay attention, my people. Now, when he said the police suspect that Èkpá from Finland has promoted its effort with means that have led to violence against civilians, do you have any evidence for that? Do you have any evidence for this claim? This is the claim of the Nigerian government, which we don't just debunk, but we show to the world what is going on. It's quite unfortunate that we are using, another people's platform to broadcast now, which is YouTube. If we are using our own platform, which is about to be launched, I will show you, even as I'm talking to you today, yesterday and today. Yesterday, there was a massacre. There was a massacre in the old Anambra state. And today, there was another massacre today in the old Enugu state. The one that happened in the old Anambra state happened, was carried out by the military, the terrorist army. Why the one that happened in the old Enugu state was carried out by the terrorist police of Nigeria? How many of you have seen the video? Because I can't play that video here. Let me see. I may play the voice. I may play the video. Play the video at the background, but I'm not going to show it on the screen because it has some gory images. How many of you have seen the videos today? I don't know if anyone has seen the video today, how the Nigerian police massacred innocent Biafrans today. How many of you have seen it? If you have seen it, let me know in the comment section, because that operation has been carried out during the preliminary investigation. Did you get anything here? Did you get anything? Did you get anything? Now we have come to analysis. We have come to analyze this. Now pay very good attention. I want you to give me your ears, your listening ears, and of course your reasoning mind. Now listen. According to them, they said, who is this person ready? That Biafra Republic government in exile has proposed to declare Biafra on the 2nd of December. It is there and nothing can change it. There is absolutely nothing can change it. You see, when they tell you international cooperation, do you remember sometime in the past I told you, look, there is enormous pressure on Finland, on Finnish government to do something on Mazi Simon Ekpa. I told you sometime in the past. I gave you instances. I told you that the only thing, the only hope of the zoo, the only hope of Nigeria is Britain. I told you is Britain, right? The only hope of the zoo government is Britain. I told you that, isn't it? Now, pay attention. I also told you that the problem they are having now is that Britain, the British government, does not have face in Europe. Listen to me. The issue is that British government does not have face anymore in Europe. Those of you who live in Europe will understand what I'm saying. Because the way they left European Union was unacceptable to the rest of the European nations. Therefore, they are not in good terms. UK is not in good terms with the rest of Europe. Number one, UK believes that they are very, very wise, very sensible. They are wiser than every other person. They are wiser than any other country, and they believe they are rich. Maybe richer than others, as they believe. Now, there are other countries, other small countries in the European Union, which other bigger economy have or normally contribute money to support the smaller economy within the European Union. Listen to me, pay very good attention. What I'm saying now is very, very important. Other bigger economy in Europe do contribute money, probably if not monthly or annual, yearly, to support other smaller countries in the same European Union, other smaller economy. And UK, at a point, UK was no longer comfortable contributing money to pay or to support other smaller economy within the European Union. That was their main problem, that they had to exit the European Union. Listen, I am not in Europe, but I follow I follow news. Right? Now, when they were leaving, or before they left, the other nations pleaded with them to stay. They refused. They said they must leave. They did Brexit. The majority carried the vote, and they pulled out of European Union without minding what others are thinking. So that because of that very action they took, the relationship between United Kingdom and the rest of European countries deteriorated. So it is not easy as ABCD for Britain to approach Finland directly to ask them or pressurize them to do something against the Prime Minister Ekpa. It is not easy for them. Now, that's why the zoo no na since. But in as much as it is not easy for them to pressurize other European countries, it is also within the capacity of Britain to influence countries such as United States of America, even though the US is the powerhouse of this world. Even though US is the world power, it's still very possible for Britain to convince them and to influence them, even though they are world powers. Don't joke with Britain. So, for the fact that they have the capacity to convince or influence other countries, especially USA, Now, because of what you are seeing on your screen, international cooperation has been carried out during the preliminary investigation. So that means there has been pressure on the, on the Finnish government to do something on the Prime Minister. There has been pressure. And now that December 2nd is fast approaching, just there by the horizon, it is now, in fact, I can authoritatively tell you that what you see playing out now is just out of pressure. out of pressure. That's why they said international cooperation has been carried out during the preliminary investigation. So as they are being pressured, they are also being presented with propaganda to give them reason to arrest him. In order to give them reasons to have him arrested with propaganda. But now it is the opportunity of the Prime Minister to expose the zoo to the Finnish government itself. You know, he's been exposing the zoo to the world, to the international community, but it is now his opportunity, a chance. A chance. Remember, he has said he wants to meet the zoo at the International Criminal Court. Right? He said it. So it is an opportunity for him to present our case to the Finnish government directly, talking to them directly, showing them video evidences of Nigeria's terrorism against the people of Biafra, dated back. He doesn't even have to tell them about 1967 genocidal war, because that one Finland participated. They know everything about it. But at least from 1999 of Owazurike to 2000s of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to this present Biafra, struggle. Are you paying attention? All the evidences are there. And there is no how a people will fold their hands, fold their arms, and watch a particular set of people that call themselves government, that are supposed to protect them, being the one, carrying out act of terrorism against them, terrorizing them, mauling them on daily basis. A people, a tribe, a nation fold their arms every year. From one year to another, you bring armor tanks, parading armor tanks in people's backyard and compounds, shooting at people in their homes, bombarding markets, and you expect these same people to fold their arms until you wipe them off. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that somebody will not rise and coordinate them in order to fight back for their existence? Are you kidding me? You think Finland is Kenya? You think Finland is Kenya? That Britain just influenced and then they just help Nigeria to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? No, Finland is not Kenya. So anybody thinking or telling me to say the truth, blah, 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 your brain has left you long ago. Your brain has left. It's quite unfortunate. It is a case that will be determined by law for those that respect the rule of law, not the barbaric African leaders that do whatever they want to do, irrespective of what the stance of what the law says, irrespective of what the law says. They don't care. So now, when you see them say international cooperation, the pressure is too much on Finnish government because of the 2nd December declaration. The zoo does not want us to declare Biafra come 2nd December 2024. But guess what? Biafra will be declared on the 2nd December 2024 because of one thing. The first thing is because of our freedom. That is number one. Number two, for the fact that the arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is because the zoo does not want him to declare Biafra for us on 2nd of December. We are not going to allow the zoo to have their way. We are not going to allow the zoo to have their way. As I'm talking to you now, the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrant to arrest Netanyahu, of course, Israeli Prime Minister. But do you know his response? He laughed at them. He said, ICC warrant cannot stop us from fighting, against our enemies.
Meeting of the briefing cabinet members. I welcome all the cabinet members here present. I work at home and cabinet members in the de facto government. I welcome and thank our Biafra Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces that are on ground doing the needful to ensure that the restoration of Biafra is not tampered with by anybody, by any government, foreign or local. Our determination to redeclare Biafra between November 29th and December the 2nd, but in Finland and in de facto homeland, is a task that every Biafran, every individual listening here today must be involved in. As the previous speakers have noted, our able Prime Minister, Obatobia, His Excellency, Simon Ekpa, will be with us in a very few period, this is just a short delay that will in no way affect what we are doing, demean our spirit or hamper our resoluteness, restore Biafra on 2nd December. His Excellency, I greet you. I thank you for the wonderful job you are doing to restore Biafra. I thank you for your resilience. I thank you for not going in or trying to negotiate. That is the spirit of Sisu. Every single individual here in Biafra government grows with that spirit of Sisu. We are more determined now than before for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on 2nd December 2024. Nothing in this life, absolutely nothing will deter us. Nothing will stop us. So on this note, I want to bring to the notice of all Biafrans that our Prime Minister is safe and sound, very healthy in Finland, attending to these issues that usually most of us know. The terrorist state of Nigeria will always try in one way or the other to bribe their way into all the different foreign countries, to bribe their way into places like United Nations, African Union, to bribe their way into every internationally established community or organization. The Nigerian government, using the Europeans, using United Kingdom as part of their deal, will always try to disrupt, will always try to tamper with the restoration of Biafra, United States of Biafra. But I want to tell everybody listening here today that the power that Nigerian government has, where they stop is where this government begins. I need them to know that our Excellency, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, Simon Ekpa, has already led a full structure for the restoration of Biafra. Nobody on earth will stop that. We are both at home and we are abroad. Biafra will be restored from diaspora. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has laid the structure by introducing His Excellency Simon Ekpa to be in charge of this ship where we are right now. And that ship is on course. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu, or you all should remember, he is with the Nigerian DSS today because of what we are doing. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu has said, instead of Biafra not to come, Nigeria will be burned to ashes. And I promise you today, instead of Biafra not to come, we, every single individual in Biafra government, in all the structures that our PM has laid down. We will burn Nigeria down. And any country, both international and in homeland, that tries to tamper, that tries to intervene, that tries to stop this restoration, that country will get the brunt of Biafrans. So I thank you all for coming here today. Like our Honorable Uche has explained to us what happened in Finland. Our Prime Minister, Excellency Simon Ekpa, has been invited by the Finnish local authorities to volunteer information on what is going on. And our PM has always said he is looking for this opportunity for the government to officially know that Biafrans cannot continue to stay in a country where President Tinubu and Nigerian leaders reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists into the Nigerian police and the Nigerian military and the Nigerian Air Force and custom, and they continue to kill our people. Our Prime Minister has looked forward to this particular moment with few innocent Biafrans that were taken by the Finland authority. They were invited to come, according to them. They were involved in money, they were making donations, they were funding terrorism. All of you listening to me today, who is the biggest terrorist country we have in the world? Who is among the biggest terrorists? Who is the government that are killing Christians in their numbers? Who is the government reintegrating terrorists? Who is the government that's creating two types of laws? One Sharia in the northern part of Nigeria and then the regular in the south. Who is the government that invited all the different types of terrorists you have? They have their base in Nigeria today. Who is the government that is inviting Hamas and Hezbollah and inviting them to Abuja to come and partner with them? Who is the government when election is conducted? Somebody will go behind the scene and switch the election. They will carry the election bus and they will steal it. Who is the government doing that? And now they are saying that Finland is inciting. Let them know that Biafra is a nation. Our PM is defending Biafrans by the second. Our PM has noted that the way it is done before, where we Biafrans, we just sit, we watch, and these terrorists will come and kill us, kill our mothers, rape our women, kill our children, take away our boys and girls. That is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has vowed to stop. And he has vowed with his life. All of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Phantom Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed with our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So taking him or removing him to go and ask him questions to delay or to disrupt our Finland convention for the next 1 or 2 weeks is not going to have any effect. Rather, it is going to make all Biafrans more determined in the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. We are a full-fledged country. We have met all the criteria for a full-fledged country. We conducted our referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted for the independent state of Biafra. We've conducted different topics, we did a Twitter poll where 98% of Biafrans want to exit Nigeria because Nigeria is a killing ground. No sensible person in the world, no sane leader, no individual that has his or her honest right will ever support the existence of a killing ground called Nigeria, where people are killed in their thousands every single day. No sane leader will support that. So anything that Nigerian government is doing, anything the local Finland authorities is doing, I want to assure them that inviting our Prime Minister or delaying him or making him not to be part of the Finland Convention, which he holds dear to his heart, that will not stop nothing. We are the people. The power belongs to us. The laws of self-determination allow us to rule ourselves, to determine who is going to be our leader. And Biafrans have done that clearly over the past 2 years after they kidnapped and renditioned our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. He is right now in Nigeria DSS dungeon. They did that because they think that when they take our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, there will be nothing about Biafra anymore. That was their wish. That was their thoughts. And now they are partnering with the local authorities in Finland to invite our Prime Minister to disrupt our Finland Convention. And let me ask everyone listening to me, if the rendition of our leader Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, if that didn't work, what made Nigerian government think that inviting someone Ekpa by the local police in Finland will work? They know it's not going to work. It's even going to get worse. It's going to get more brutal because we are determined for Biafra restoration. Nobody can stop that. We are all aware that all these are all the crooks perpetuated by the Nigerian government to disrupt what we are doing. And I want to ask Biafrans, before I finalize my talk, let me ask you, when has self-determination, when has the right of our people to rule themselves, when has it become a crime? When has it become terrorism? The world watches. Biafrans, every weekend, we have to raise money. The reason we raise money is because Nigerian government uses reintegrated terrorists to continue to kill our people. They make our youth disappear forcefully. People are taken away from Biafra land and they dump them in prisons in the north, in the west. No, without any justice, without any lawyer. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya by the same Nigerian government, by the same people that went to complain to the local authorities in Finland about our Prime Minister Salman Ekpa. Our leader was renditioned from Kenya. The United Nations set up a committee and told Nigerian government to release our leader Nnamdi Kanu. They refused to do that. 3 law courts in Nigeria has told Nigerian Tinubu government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorist government run by Nigeria refused to release him. And now they think without releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if they incarcerate our PM briefly, that is going to make any change. Just think their major reason is to make sure that we take away our PM. Declaration of Biafra. Hell, oh my goodness. If they know how Biafrans are prepared this time, they will just leave our leader within the next 30 minutes. Because what is coming both to Nigeria and to any international country that participates, become part of anything to disrupt the restoration of Biafra, they will get themselves killed. On that note, I thank Biafrans. I want to let you all know our PM is hell and happy. It is just a brief disruption to our plans, which is not going to affect anything in any way. I want all the 40 states of Biafra to be resolute, more than ever at this time. The Biafran Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces, now is the time to be more resolute. Our PM has given instruction. Any terrorist in Nigeria, any Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian Air Force, anything wearing Nigerian uniform inside Biafra land, they are the reintegrated terrorists that Nigeria want to use to kill and stop Biafra. So the Biafra Defense Forces, from this moment, you must increase whatever you have been doing. This is the time to increase it towards our final restoration. Our demands are very, very clear. Remove all the terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform in Biafra land. Secondly, release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Again, whatever investigation you are doing with our Prime Minister, you need to release him ASAP. Because what he is doing is saving our lives. We must be alive for our freedom. So anything, anybody, all the terrorists in Biafra land, from this moment, just be aware that the forces we are going to release as a government from today is going to be very, very deadly. Because you cannot come to our land, kill us, and then go free. We must defend ourselves. This order is from our PM. Nobody can stop that. So I thank you all, Biafrans, for this brief Zoom. The reason we conducted this so we don't have all these negative lies flying around, all people talking whatever they don't know. You all have heard it from our honorable Uche, who is based in Finland. He gave the accurate picture of what is happening, and we stand by that. We are encouraging Biafrans because the information is that some criminal people were the ones that were writing different letters to the Finnish local authorities.